A long time ago, in a galaxy not that far away, Hollywood gave us Jedi, smugglers, droids, and Death Stars. But behind the lightsabers and green screens lies a trail of space dust because some of our beloved Star Wars cast members have boarded the final Star Cruiser, and there's no return from hyperspace when you're 6 feet under. From Sir Alec Guinness, who hated Star Wars more than the Empire hates Ewoks, to Carrie Fisher, the princess-turned-space mom who gave zero fucks till the very end, and the actor who played Chewbacca, Peter Mayhew, who proves even the gentlest of giants go to the dark side. In this episode, we're digging into the strange, brilliant, tragic, and yes, sometimes hilariously awkward departures of people who made the Force feel real. So grab your cloaks, pour a blue milk cocktail, and prepare for tales from beyond the Outer Rim. We're covering everyone's favorite Death Stars from the Star Wars franchise. No longer with us, they are. That's today on Death in Entertainment.
Live from Los Angeles.
911, what is your emergency?
Here in Hollywood now.
2 counts of murder,
Injury and death.
Oh my God!
Shocking new details.
that has stunned the entertainment world.
This makes me a little nervous.
The hair stood up on my arms.
Just like in the movies.
What do you call this thing anyway?
Death.
In entertainment.
Greetings, Deado Universe.
What's up, everybody?
How the heck are you? My name is Kyle Ploof.
I'm Ben Kissel. Today's episode, you thought the drama between Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker was intense. It's nothing compared to the behind-the-scenes drama of Star Wars.
Yes, this is the podcast you're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
So here we go.
All right.
I mean, Star Wars, obviously, such an iconic franchise.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember where you were when you first got introduced? Were you?
No, because the first thing I watched was Spaceballs. I watched Mel Brooks' Spaceballs before I watched Star Wars, and then I watched Star Wars, and I was like, this isn't funny at all.
Yeah, so you watched the parody before you even knew what it was referencing.
Absolutely.
That's funny. I remember my cousin brought over 3 of the movies in like the 3 VHS set.
Sure.
And that was the first set I ever saw. So I was like, oh my God, this is going to be friggin' huge.
Usually when I say the words, the first set I ever saw, I'm referring to my man boobs or breasts in a female, but all right.
My balls.
It works. Also, it was the greatest anti-U.S. government propaganda ever created.
Yeah.
George Lucas, congratulations for that.
Yeah. And I remember we were probably 7 years old, somewhere around there. And my family was throwing a party, and they came in, and they're like, oh, you're watching Star Wars? You guys are going to love it. You got to watch all 3 movies. You're going to love it so much. And it amped me up so much to watch it. And I was so happy and proud to have gotten through it. But then I just realized that they just wanted to drink alone and have us not bother them.
Well, there you go.
But it
Better
worked
reason
out.
to watch Star Wars. Let the kids go watch Yoda do questionable things with young Jedis.
And then just give up and die.
Molest you, I will. All right, I'm done with my impressions.
So here we go. We're starting off with Mr. Obi-Wan Kenobi from the original trio of movies. He was played by Alec Guinness.
All right.
Alec Guinness de Cuff was his last name. So he cut off the cuff.
All right, just stuck with the Guinness?
Yeah, he was born on April 2nd, 1914 in Maida Vale, London. Never heard of that.
No, I have not.
His lineage was always shrouded in mystery. Recurring theme in his life, apparently. His birth certificate left the father's name blank, and throughout his life, Guinness suspected his true father might have been a Scottish banker.
Well, the nice thing about having the name blank when it comes to father is you can make it up.
Yeah.
Your dad can be anybody. How many people out there wish that their dad was just a blank? And then you could be like, no, he's not a drug addict who lives under a bridge.
Yeah.
He's a multimillionaire banker who abandoned the family because he wanted to go live in a suite in Scotland.
Yeah, now I'm going to act about it.
Yeah, nice.
So his mother, Agnes, she was eccentric, demanding, and often emotionally unstable.
It's Agnes.
Yeah, single motherhood. I mean,
oh yeah,
that's what you're getting in it for.
Well, she's got to play both roles. She's got to be the man and the woman.
Yeah, yeah, it's very hard.
It is.
Guinness's early life was marked by financial hardship and emotional instability, but from a young age, he found solace in a world of performance.
Oh, nice.
He had to go out to, make believe.
I did as well. I remember I was first cast by the Shoestring Players. I played a tree.
Shoestring players.
Yeah, I played a tree. Clever casting.
Did they call it that just because they tied your shoes together and then
Watch me fall over like a fat asshole?
With the
No,
shoestring
but they
players.
did do that.
He worked in advertising before studying at the Fay Compton Studio of Dramatic Art.
Okay.
By the age of 20, he was an understudy, like yourself, and then you stole the guy's job.
Oh, that's right. In Babes in Arms.
Yep.
In high school, sure.
They say his talent was just immediately there. He served in the Royal Navy Volunteer Reserve during World War II, so thank you for your service.
I mean, come on, not really.
It's the Volunteer Reserves.
It was the Volunteer Reserves, and he was in the theater department of the British Army.
Yeah.
Navy.
He notably was involved in the invasion of Sicily, so he was there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then he returned to acting with renewed perspective and discipline.
Very good. I can't imagine the Sicilians that difficult to take. They're a laid-back people. They nap during the day, heavy carb loads.
Yeah, when they don't have guns because they're talking with their hands. They're all Italian and shit.
Right.
So his breakthrough film came in David Lean's adaptations of Dickens.
Yeah, I've seen that before.
Yeah. He played Herbert Pocket in Great Expectations in 1946 and Fagin in Oliver Twist in 1948.
Whoa, buddy.
I know.
Be careful.
Be
careful.
We're walking the line there. Mm-hmm. He sparked both acclaim and controversy due to the character's stereotypical portrayal. So it might be...
What's that?
Yeah.
Was he a gay character?
It might be.
They named the gay character Fagin?
They might have.
Well, as long as he stayed on brand, drank Fago, and had a good time with it.
In 1957, he cemented his place in film history by starring in Lean's epic The Bridge on the River Kwai. His portrayal of Colonel Nicholson earned him an Academy Award for Best Actor. So that's pretty freaking good.
That's something.
Yeah. It was a performance marked by complexity, blending pride, madness, and military discipline in equal measure.
All right. I mean, again, he was like third squad Navy.
Yeah.
Come on.
Versatility was Guinness's calling card, they say. In 1949, he was in a comedy, Kind Hearts and Coronets, and he played 8 different characters.
Damn, good for him.
Each a member of an aristocratic family.
Okay.
That's that word.
Yeah, it is. Tough one.
Yeah. The performance was a masterclass in character transformation, both hilarious and haunting.
So he had many roles before he worked for Star Wars.
Yeah, so he was doing comedy and drama and, losing himself in the roles.
He was a real theater guy, real actor's actor.
Exactly.
Okay.
He took roles in Lawrence of Arabia, Dr. Zhivago, and A Passage to India.
Oh.
Each performance added to his reputation as one of the most meticulous and committed actors of his time.
All right. I like that. Meticulous.
Yeah. So they're pretty much saying he's like the Marlon Brando of his time, I guess.
Got you. Did he gain a lot of weight?
No, he didn't.
Was he in the island of Dr. Moreau? Then I don't think he was Marlon Brando.
No. He didn't sleep with Richard Pryor either.
Did Marlon Brando?
Yeah.
He did?
Yeah.
With Richard Pryor?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah.
Hot.
Yeah, it's real hot.
Wow.
So hot, one of them caught fire.
Yeah, that's a steamy scene deleted from Hear No Evil, See No Evil.
Yeah, I think they were doing it on like the set of Superman or something.
Really?
Yeah.
Good for them.
It was in 1977 that Alec Guinness became a household name for an entirely new generation because George Lucas cast him as Obi-Wan Kenobi in Star Wars.
I love it. Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
What's his real name? Ben or something?
Ben Kenobi, yeah.
It is Ben Kenobi, right? Thank you.
Yeah,
finally.
It's like Pope Bobby being Pope Leo the 14th.
Right?
He's just making shit up.
I'm also really pissed when it comes to the new Pope that the New York Post didn't go with Da Pope. They went with Chicago Pope, a play on Chicago Hope, which is a show no one cares about.
Yeah.
Come on.
It was right there.
It really was. But let's get back to a robe of a different kind.
Yes. So he wanted, George Lucas, of course, he wanted gravitas. And he wanted a really respected actor who could, really sink his teeth into the role, even though they know it's like a space opera.
It's a space opera. It's a fantasy. But again, I was watching this great interview with Mr. Lucas and Steven Spielberg. Maybe you heard of him.
Yeah.
And he was talking about how all of the rhetoric when it comes to the parable that was Star Wars is true. as far as the terrorists taking on the big bad machine that is the Death Star. So technically,
USA.
well, we were Darth Vader.
Yes.
We are the Death Star.
Yeah, and that's why it was such a huge hit internationally, because everyone just pictured us, as Darth Vader.
Yes, exactly.
Like, let's fucking kill these guys.
I'm Luke Skywalker.
But even though he accepted the role, and he actually got a really good deal, he got like the Jack Nicholson deal, where 2% of. So Nicholson, if you guys don't know, he played the Joker, obviously, in 1989's Tim Burton's Batman. He got a certain percentage of merchandise sales.
Okay.
And ended up becoming, outrageously rich.
Absolutely.
Mr. Alec Guinness, who played Obi-Wan Kenobi, he made a deal which was like, if I'm going to be in this schlock, then I want 2% of all the movie gross across the world.
Oh, my.
So he did really, really well.
I mean, that is a Jedi move.
Yeah.
Wow.
He wasn't a fan of the material. He referred to the dialogue as mumbo jumbo, and later admitted he regretted taking the part despite earning that 2% of the film's royalties, which made him incredibly wealthy.
Oh, please. No, he doesn't regret that one bit. What kind of clout is he trying to maintain with the theater community?
Seriously.
Mumbo jumbo?
Yeah, he's so scared of looking like he's sold out. I think.
Sell out.
Yeah.
It's not, I say it's not about selling out, it's about buying in.
Yes,
Someone else is going to take the money.
exactly.
Might as well be you.
Might as well live comfortably.
Who cares? Taco Bell? Sure, it's the best.
Hell yeah.
Unless Del Taco calls me, then Del Taco is the best.
That's right.
Which Del Taco is the best?
So, yeah, they come with good crinkle fries. So famously, he once wrote, "The bad penny first dropped in San Francisco when a sweet-faced boy of 12 years old told me proudly that he had seen Star Wars over 100 times. His mother proudly nodded in agreement. Looking into the boy's eyes, I thought I detected little future for him."
So, wait, what? So he said this kid's going to be a loser?
Yes, because he saw his movie 100 times when he was 12 years old.
Little does he know, that kid grew up to be Bill Gates.
Guinness said he appreciated the money, but loathed the typecasting that followed. So I think it's a little bit of sour grapes that he couldn't escape, probably
Being Obi-Wan
space
Kenobi?
dramas.
He's not young Sheldon.
Yeah.
As far as typecasting goes, this role is at least you're a sage, you're wise.
Right.
People go to you with respect. I mean, there's different, look at Jaleel White.
Yeah.
It took him so long to not be Urkel because he did such a great job as Urkel.
And I don't think he ever escaped it.
I mean, I love Urkel.
Yeah.
So.
He's going to cons now pretty much. People are like, oh my God, Urkel, Stefan, I love you.
Lean in. People love him. Same thing with the dude who played Ernest.
Yes.
Jim Varney.
Yep.
He was all mad. He's like, this role's beneath me. And I'm like, no, you saved Christmas. You went to prison. You saved Halloween. You're a hero.
Yes.
Eggs erroneous.
There is a legend out there that he once told a young fan that if he watched Star Wars 100 more times, he'd drop dead. And allegedly the fan did.
Oh.
It's an urban legend. I don't know if it's actually true or not.
I don't know. I don't know.
It's really fucked up if it's true.
It would be kind of fun if there was a mukbang guy who ate what Jabba the Hutt eats on a daily basis and does it on YouTube.
Yeah.
I watch a lot of those people eat because they're so skinny and I'm so impressed. I'm trying to live vicariously through them because I'm losing weight. It's the same way I watch people play slot machines on YouTube because I'm trying to live vicariously through them and save money.
It scratches the itch.
Yeah, kind of. Makes me hungry and want to be in Vegas.
Yeah. So Guinness found George Lucas's dialogue incomprehensible.
What?
And laughable. He said, quote, "I just couldn't go on speaking those bloody, awful, banal lines. I shrivel inside each time it's repeated."
Oh, please. Like Ursula shrunk him in the bottom of the ocean. Come on.
He reportedly asked George Lucas a million times if they could just please kill off Obi-Wan Kenobi and he could just escape.
No, bro. No, you're way too important to the story.
And he was like, no.
Please. Absolutely not.
He was incredibly uncomfortable with how fans treated their Star Wars like religion. He famously told this story. Yeah, another guy said that he had seen the movie a bunch of times, and he said, "Do you think you could promise never to see it again?" And he,
Jeez, what's
and he
wrong with-
cried.
Yeah, he just makes his fans cry all the time. Oh, my Lord.
He seemed genuinely perturbed that people would fixate on such a movie over more meaningful art.
Like what? Like what?
Bridge over the River Kwai.
Oh, my God. I can't. I hate actors who take acting seriously.
I know.
I know you have to, and obviously you have to love it to be good at it.
Yeah.
But just, I don't want to hear about it.
Yeah. He hated getting fan letters. He said it was rubbish.
What?
That he had to read them.
You don't have to.
He just was uncomfortable. Yeah, you can set him on fire, throw him in the trash. It's
I
fine.
kind of like this guy now. All the love, all the attention. I can't. I hate it.
Yeah, but he was a very private guy, so people didn't realize he was a devout Catholic.
Okay.
And that's pretty much it. It offended his religion that people were treating Star Wars like religion.
Well, there's a lot of Catholic undertones. There's a lot of religious undertones. It doesn't negate religion. If anything, it props up religion.
Yeah, that's true. You know, people are dying, coming back to life.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's worshiping Princess Leia. I mean, not in the way that they worship Jesus.
When she was wearing that bathing suit, they were.
Well, of course, but again, not in the way they worship Jesus, although there is a large contingency of gay Christians who they watch Passion of the Christ for a different reason.
Yeah. The irony is that he gave one of the most grounded, dignified performances in Star Wars.
Absolutely.
And the kind of elevated it from campy sci-fi into something actually mythic.
He did it.
Yeah. So without him, the original film might have never been taken seriously. It's crazy, too, because they never really knew what was going to happen. My television writing mentor from UCLA, his roommate at the time was Mark Hamill.
Okay.
And Mark Hamill was like, I got to fly to Tunisia because we're filming this weird movie called Blue Moon. I don't know what's going to happen. I'll see you in 6 months, whatever.
All right.
Comes back. They end up, the movie comes out, and he ends up being the biggest movie star of the year in 1977 because it was the biggest thing.
So the fake name for the movie was Blue Moon.
It was Blue Harvest, I think it was called.
Blue Harvest.
Yeah. And then they called it Star Wars.
Wow.
And then just...
For those that don't know, they always do that. When they were filming Batman, the one with Bane,
Yeah.
they filmed it downtown in New York City in Wall Street, and the name of the movie was Monster Movie. And they said, you got to clear out of your apartments. Monster Movie's coming through. But then there was a bunch of Gotham police cars, fake Gotham police cars. I was like, they're making Batman. And then I watched one of the car jump scenes.
Oh, that's sick.
It was pretty cool.
Hell yeah.
I was like, can I be in the movie? Am I in the movie now?
In 1956, like I said, he converted actually to Roman Catholicism. So he would have been pumped about a new pope.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Everyone is.
He said, that profoundly shaped the rest of his life. But at the same time, he is struggling internally. So he didn't seem like a super happy guy anyway, because he also struggled with his sexuality.
Okay.
Something that was never publicly addressed. Arrest records for the 1940s suggest a possible hidden life, but Guinness remained guarded, a man shaped by the taboos and social mores of his era.
So he was arrested in the 1940s for having sex with a man.
Yeah.
Interesting. And he never, obviously at this point in Hollywood, that would get you blacklisted, wouldn't it? Even though they're all doing it.
These are not the charges you're looking for.
Exactly. Jedi mind trick indeed.
But he had a lot of stuff going on. So, he took things seriously. He was knighted in 1959.
Nothing gay about that.
So was Elton John.
Yes, of course, as he should be.
Yeah, all the best gay guys get knighted.
No straight man cares about being knighted. I don't believe, but I don't know. I'm not British.
Yeah. He remained active as a knight.
What do you do? What do you do?
Show up to Ren fairs.
Oh, that's awesome. We were going to go to a Ren fair this weekend, but it's going to be too hot, and my under tits are going to sweat too much.
Yeah, we would melt.
They're going to put me in the stocks and feed me burritos.
His memoirs, Blessings in Disguise, apparently are reflective, witty, and filled with subtle regret and wisdom.
Okay.
So kind
it's
of like
unfortunate.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
It is unfortunate if he is gay that he was forced to live a secret life. And of course, we do have to remember that. And we don't want to go back to that time period. Everyone should be allowed to be out and free no matter what.
Out and about.
Indeed. Even if you're a straight white man
Yeah.
who is under attack the most in America. Don't even get me going. Don't even get
They're coming for us.
Don't even get me going.
Alec Guinness died on August 5th, 2000
Oh, wow. Old guy.
from liver cancer.
So how old was he?
He was
then?
86.
Good for him.
Yep. Then he got 86 from life.
Indeed. From liver cancer, the fun way out, baby. Let's go.
Just days earlier, his wife had also passed away. So within a couple days, they ended a marriage of over 60 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's sad.
I mean, that happens all the time.
It does.
It happened. My father lost his wife, and then 54 weeks later, almost exactly a year, he was gone.
They say with Johnny Cash, when June Cash died, which is unbelievably shocking, she died before Johnny, that Johnny died of a broken heart, but then his friends say, no, June just gave him his pills on time. And then when she died, he stopped taking them, and then he died.
Damn.
He was only in his early 70s, too. When you look at Johnny Cash in that Hurt music video, I thought he was like 100.
Yes.
I love Johnny.
Yeah.
But holy hell, hard living.
The news of his death brought tributes from around the world, from the stage, the screen, and yes, the Star Wars universe. Ewan McGregor, who played the younger Obi-Wan, called him a giant of the profession, which he would be like, don't even say my name.
Don't mention me. Ewan.
He left behind a body of work that continues to inspire, and he proved that an actor doesn't need to be, over the top or larger than life to captivate the screen.
No, the irony is when it comes to television acting, it's opposite of stage acting. The most minute detail is large,
Yes.
as opposed to the inverse, which is why it's so difficult for WWE superstars to translate to the small screen, because you want your face to be seen by the last guy in an arena,
Yeah.
and on the small screen you want it to be really tiny. That's why Dave Bautista is doing so well.
Yes. Yes. You need stillness, subtleness, restraint, and humility, all of which he had in R.I.P.
I don't got none of that.
Alec Guinness.
Yeah, that's not me.
Maybe have a Guinness. That's about it.
Oh man, they say this Guinness Zero is supposed to be really good.
That's pretty good.
I might try that
Yeah.
as a placebo for beer. Although if I'm not drinking, I want something sweet.
Yeah.
That's just me.
Peter Mayhew. He was the man who played Chewbacca.
Oh, I was going to say, are we going to get to Jar Jar at any point?
Yeah.
Thank God. I love Jar Jar. They were like, hey, Mr. Lucas, can you put a person of color in this? Like a black dude? We're like, yeah, sure.
Yeah, Misa Master.
We're make him real dumb.
Peter William Mayhew was born May 19th, 1944 in Barnes, London. So we got two Londonites here.
I love that. And
Londoners.
Londoners.
Yeah.
And this is another indictment on the sizeism of Hollywood. They made my people all covered up in fur. We ain't a goddamn Sasquatch or a Chewbacca. We're people.
That's right. From an early age, it was clear he was different. By his teenage years, Peter was already over 6 feet tall.
Good. Good for him. Cool
And
guy.
he ended up at 7 feet 3 inches.
Woo! Good for him. Dang.
I think that's taller than Yao Ming.
It might be.
'Cause I think he was just 7.
No. Yao Ming was, I think, 7'3", 7'4".
Oh, he
but
was?
He's in that realm, yeah.
God damn. His immense height was due to Marfan syndrome.
Oh, he had the giantism disease.
Yeah, so Marfan is a connective tissue disorder that affects growth and joint flexibility. I mean, it doesn't affect growth. It
Yeah, it does.
compounds it.
Yeah, that's
I guess
the
it affects-
effect.
yeah.
That's the effect, dummy. Marfan syndrome sounds like he's half made of marshmallows and nougat.
Hey,
That's
yummy.
kind of exciting. But you can get, so Andre the Giant had this as well, and you can get a surgery that nips it. Literally, they cut this thing in your body, so it's just like, all right, let's stop growing.
Whoa.
But I'm not sure if that surgery was around at that point yet, because it leads to an early death.
Wow. Despite his size, Peter was soft-spoken and kind.
Yeah, we have to be.
Yeah.
I'm so sick of this gentle giant shit. It's because we have to be. That's why Jerry from OK Bud, she gets to yell and yell and yell. And everyone's like, oh, it's cute. She's harmless. And if I even raise my freaking voice,
Yeah, it's trouble.
it's a problem. Mm-hmm. Dang it.
He trained as an engineer and worked at a hospital as an orderly at King's College Hospital in London.
I mean, that is a little bit scary.
That'd be terrifying. You want your pudding?
Okay, he didn't sound like that. He was soft-spoken.
Yeah.
You want your pudding?
You're scaring us.
Yeah, please. You wait until your boy is 7 feet tall, and you'll see how this sizeism works for you, and he's bonking you on the head. Give me my allowance, Dad.
It was there, quietly pushing patients through corridors, that fate found him.
Oh,
In 1976, Mayhew was cast in a film called Sinbad and the Eye of the Tiger,
cool.
playing a minotaur.
No kidding.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah, it's almost like he can't get cast as a human being.
No,
But
that small role caught the eye of producer Charles Schneer. And more importantly, someone else in the industry who was paying attention. That someone was George Lucas. Dang. When Lucas was casting for a new science fiction movie called Star Wars, he needed someone physically imposing to play Chewbacca, the Wookiee co-pilot of the Millennium Falcon. At first, he considered 6'6" David Prowse,
okay.
and that name's going to come up later because that's the man who played under the mask of Darth Vader.
Oh, no kidding.
And he was in Clockwork Orange, too.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
That's a great movie. Scary scene there when they invade that home.
Oh, my
Holy
God. When Mayhew walked into the audition room and simply stood up, they said, "You got the role, pal."
See? Finally, one for my people.
Just like that, Peter Mayhew became Chewbacca.
I love Chewbacca. He and Harrison Ford are such a fun duo. I've been told when I'm skinny and attractive that I look a bit like Harrison Ford.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was told by that. I was told. Someone told me that. Yeah.
Chewbacca wasn't a speaking role, but Peter didn't need the dialogue. Through posture, timing, and subtle body language, He turned a furry alien into the most beloved characters in cinema history.
He really did. And it also led to that woman in her car when she put her Chewbacca mask on.
Oh,
and she was
my
laughing and
God.
laughing. Remember that innocent time in America where the internet was just like, look at this woman laughing about Chewbacca. And then now it's just people putting cats in bags and hitting them on trees.
Yeah, so anytime you would open your mouth in that mask, you let out the Chewbacca.
Oh, good job.
And there was a woman who was in labor pains, and her husband put the mask on her. So every time she was screaming,
Oh,
that
there's
Chewbacca
another
thing-
one?
Oh,
Oh,
it's
that's
so funny.
hilarious.
She's screaming, holding her stomach, about to give birth, and it just keeps going.
Be careful. You might birth yourself a little hairy rodent person.
Yep. He studied animals, especially gorillas and dogs, to inform Chewbacca's movements.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, he's a student of the game.
And of course, John Candy, who parodied him, was a dog.
That's
a
true.
wog. A man dog.
Uh-huh.
A mog, I guess. Yes, a mog, not a wog. He was all man.
Yeah. He added grace to the beast.
He did.
So loyalty to the warrior, humor to the sidekick.
It must have been hot as a newt sack in Utah.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah,
My
because
God.
the original one, at least, they were in Tunisia in the desert.
Oh,
And they were all dying. The guy who played R2-D2, there was a guy actually in there.
yes, I know.
And he was a little person, and they used to forget that he was in there, so they'd have to
Oh.
bang on it to be like, get me out of here. I'm literally cooking in here.
Oh, poor guy. It was a crock pot.
Seriously.
Oh.
So he played Chewbacca in the original trilogy and then reprised the role in Revenge of the Sith in 2005 and The Force Awakens in 2015. So he went all the way from 77 to 2015.
That is very impressive. And for his size, again, we don't live very long, especially he's 6 inches taller than me.
Yeah. As age and health issues began to affect his mobility, he passed the torch to Finnish actor Jonas Suotamo.
Oh.
That doesn't sound Finnish.
It doesn't, but you never know what's happening over there.
Yeah, he actually trained under Peter's guidance to continue Chewbacca's legacy. So he was giving him the inside scoop. This is how you do it.
It does go to show you, like, oh, I got cast, I'm wearing a fursuit, and I don't have any dialogue. I guess this isn't going to work out for anything.
Yeah.
But just put your heart into it, and look what happened. He became one of the most iconic characters of all time.
Yeah. Off screen, Peter was every bit as warm as the Wookiee he portrayed. Fans recall his gentle hugs, towering presence, and unwavering generosity at conventions. So he's the absolute opposite of Alec Guinness, who told people to go kill themselves.
Right. I mean, I kind of like both approaches in a way.
Somewhere in the middle is pretty good.
Yeah.
He never grew tired of signing autographs, posing for photos, and thanking people who loved the galaxy far, far away.
I love that.
Yeah. He moved to the United States, married Angie Luker, and became a U.S. citizen in 2005. So that took a long time.
Yes, it did.
It does take quite a while, even if you're trying to do it the right way. I mean, especially the only way to do it the right way.
Yep, it takes a minute. Maybe we need to fix that a little bit, but it is what it is.
Yeah. He was deeply involved in charity work, especially for children's hospitals and wounded warrior projects.
Oh, wow.
Imagine that.
Yep, just losing your leg, and then all of a sudden Chewbacca. Did he dress as Chewbacca?
I don't know. Either way, it would be terrifying.
It'd be kind of cool if it was Chewbacca.
Yeah.
This guy, yeah.
Like, who's this tall motherfucker?
Right. I mean, that's the one thing about us tall folks. We're not good in war.
You coming to take my other leg?
Yeah, I'll take your leg from.
Peter also started the Peter Mayhew Foundation, dedicated to alleviating disease, pain, and suffering, whether helping hurricane victims, providing food to the homeless, or helping families in crisis.
He's the only guy that, during a hurricane, he's just walking. They're like, he must be on stilts. Like, no.
Yeah.
I'm just a hero. All this water is just waist high, and it's like 10 feet.
Yeah. He lived with chronic pain due to his size and condition,
Yeah.
but rarely complained. He had multiple spinal surgeries. He used a cane, then a wheelchair. Then he continued to appear for fans when he could. Peter Mayhew may have been quiet, but he was never small.
He was never small.
I don't think anyone accused him of being small.
Yeah, who accused? Was that a quote, or did you make that up?
That's a quote.
Yeah, what moron said that?
Not me.
He may have been quiet, but he was no shit. He's Chewbacca. They should have said that about R2-D2.
Right. That's true, too.
All right.
On April 30th, 2019, Peter Mayhew passed away at his home in North Texas. He was 74 years old.
Everything's bigger in Texas.
I mean, 74 for being that tall is, that's Hall of Fame level.
He made
I
it
think.
1 year past his height.
Yeah.
7'3", made it to 74. Not too shabby.
The tributes poured in from Mark Hamill, who called him the gentlest of giants, to Harrison Ford, who said Peter was a kind, gentle man, possessed great dignity and noble character.
I love that. A little side note, if you are a gamer out there, check out Indiana Jones.
Oh.
The new, Circle of something. Stone Circle or some bullshit like that. But it's a really fun video game. Check it out.
Yeah. J.J. Abrams, who came in late to the game with the final trilogy, said, Peter was a wonderful man. He was the closest any human being could be to a Wookiee.
Wait,
I don't know.
What is this? Wait, come on. Closest to a Wookiee. Aren't they supposed to be like a war people as well? He had a gun.
Yeah.
The Wookiees
all
are
the bullets going across his chest.
This is the problem. Oh, you got to be nice. Yeah. And then all of a sudden people think you're weak. We got to bring back bonking. Just a bonk.
Bonk. Fans worldwide mourn not just an actor, but a friend. A presence that felt steady, comforting, and forever part of their childhood.
I love that.
Yeah. He was laid to rest in Texas, and later that year, a private memorial was held at the Empire Con Star Wars convention in Los Angeles, where fans gathered to share stories, tears, and laughter.
Oh. Now, do you go extra large coffin or you break the legs at the knee? I've had this conversation many times. I have never seen an extra large coffin, so I think they just bend the knee, break it off.
Or they put it back all the way so his ankles are at his ears.
Yeah.
Open casket. Like, why his feet are up there?
Yeah, does some stripper stuff and...
Yeah, but he taught us something special without ever uttering a word on screen in any of the movies he was ever in.
Of course. I mean, he did utter, but that was Wookiee talk.
Yeah.
So he was uttering words in Wookiee.
It was speech, I guess.
Which I'm sure somebody knows.
Oh, yeah, there's got to be.
There's people who know Klingon. They've got to know Wookiee.
Oh, yeah, there was some guy at Thirsty Merchant one time that was like speaking Klingon. And I was like, this is...
At the bar in public, huh?
Yeah, like trying to... He thought girls would think it's hot. Yeah.
Well, one will. And that's your match.
Yeah.
That's my love language.
Yes.
Wookiee or Klingon.
So rest in peace to Peter Mayhew.
I mean, Klingons are going to fuck.
Oh, yeah.
Non-stop. I mean, they're
going to be bashing their foreheads together.
Yeah, they're a war people.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm sure the Wookiee does some nice sensitive finger popping.
Yeah, Wookiee nookie, baby.
Oh, yeah. Give it to me.
Harry.
They're all for the Wookiee nookie.
Up next, we have Princess Leia herself, Carrie Fisher.
I love Carrie Fisher. Did you ever see her one-woman show?
I did not.
It is fantastic.
Yeah?
Yeah, she's so funny.
Yeah, she's great. Like her interviews and stuff, she's really funny. Anything I've ever seen her in, where she's just being herself.
She had a lot of ups and downs, a lot of emotional issues.
Yes.
But nothing a couple of glasses of wine can't fix or cause some of the issues, I'm sure, as well. But
I didn't know she was Hollywood royalty until, this past week.
Well, who are her parents?
Her parents. She was born, so Carrie Fisher was born October 21st, 1956 in Beverly Hills.
Oh, okay.
Into what many consider Hollywood royalty.
Oh, okay.
Her mother was actress and singer Debbie Reynolds.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Best known for Singing in the Rain, and her father was pop crooner Eddie Fisher.
Oh, yes. Wow, I didn't realize that either. Well, good for her.
She was born into the biz.
There's a lot of, they say Nepo babies now.
Yeah.
And they are all over the place in Hollywood. But that's all right. You just got to work harder.
Yeah.
You got to work harder if you're from the Midwest or from Boston.
That's right.
Like Kyle and Kissel.
Yeah. The glamour was deceptive. When Carrie was just 2 years old, her father left her mother for Elizabeth Taylor.
Well,
ouch.
I mean, again, as we've talked about on OK Bud, if you get left for Elizabeth Taylor as that woman, you're like, my cooch is good.
What are you going to do?
Yeah, what are you going to do? He left me for Elizabeth Taylor. And then Elizabeth Taylor, I'm sure, chewed him up and spit him out like she did every guy.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think the mom probably won out in the end.
A scandal, apparently that rocked the entertainment world was when, Eddie Crooner, or Eddie...
I'm sure it did.
Eddie Fisher went over to Elizabeth Taylor.
I'm sure it did.
Obviously, this brought instability to her childhood, and that would echo throughout her adult life. Still, Carrie was bright, funny, and curious.
Absolutely.
She appeared in her mother's stage shows as a teen, but had other dreams. She briefly attended the Central School of Speech and Drama.
Okay.
That's a weird pairing. Speech and drama.
Well, why? You can't have drama without speech.
But speech just sounds like you're given, like you're an orator.
A narrator, perhaps.
Yeah. I mean.
We did, I was such a bad kid. My mom took me to hearing and speech classes because she thought I was deaf and couldn't talk, but really I just wasn't listening. And then I didn't speak.
Hey,
really.
you're just a bad kid.
I spoke all weird because I think I have some autism or something.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. I got something wrong with my brain.
We all got it.
Yeah. Man, I've been loving that Love on the Spectrum, by the way.
It's the best.
So cute. That one couple, the one girl who sings.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, she's the one.
it's warm in my heart.
The guy's trying to impress her so much, so he brought her like her own bag of gummy worms on the
Yeah,
beach.
she loves the gummies.
Yeah, and he's like, maybe we can share. And she's like, you can get your own.
Yeah, you got to get your own, pal. You brought that gift for her.
So this Central School of Speech and Drama was in London. So all these people were in London at one point or another.
Okay. Makes sense.
At just 19 years old, Carrie made her feature film debut in Shampoo.
Oh, okay. I remember that film. I didn't watch it,
Yeah.
nor do I use it.
Warren-
I remember it. I love the sequel Conditioner. You get it.
Yeah. Warren
There was
Beatty
another movie called Soap Dish. There was a moment of very little creativity. I get my best ideas in the shower.
Yeah.
This movie's called Drain.
Oh, and that's what it did to their pockets.
Oh.
But of course, it was 2 years later in 1977 that everything changed. Star Wars exploded into the cultural zeitgeist, and Carrie Fisher, as Princess Leia Organa, became a global icon.
Yes, she did. My God. Every boy and probably a lot of gals had their first thoughts of sexuality looking at her with that big old fat Jabba the Hutt.
Like, let me get a hold of those cinnamon buns.
Please. You know, Jabba the Hutt was originally a dude.
Isn't Jabba the Hutt a dude?
No, but no, it's that big old fucking slime creature now.
Yeah.
But no, it was originally like a person.
Oh, it was a guy. Oh, okay.
Yeah. And he was all fat and stuff. Yeah. And then they recast it as like this big old sludge dude.
Yeah, they're like, you're not fat enough.
Yeah, he couldn't be fat enough. Look at him. Wow. It's huge.
Yeah, he is. She was equipped with a laser pistol, a no-nonsense attitude. And Leia was unlike any female character science fiction had seen before. Because she was,
Strong.
yeah, she was kicking ass.
She wasn't just a damsel in distress.
Help me. Mm-hmm. But then she kind of had to do that too.
Well,
She literally does say, help me, you're my only hope.
You got to play the game. You got to play the game. Everyone needs help sometimes.
Yeah. Behind the scenes, people didn't know it at the time, but Carrie was struggling. She had an on-set affair with her co-host Harrison Ford, which they had an on-screen affair too.
Yes, they did.
And it was later revealed in her memoir, The Princess Diarist. She was also, dealing with bipolar disorder,
Oh, I didn't realize.
though she hadn't been diagnosed yet, and she was beginning to self-medicate with drugs and alcohol.
Right.
And that was, everything: cocaine, acid, pills, heroin.
Right.
The pressure of fame, the expectations of beauty, and her own inner battles were a storm brewing beneath the surface. Carrie's struggles with addiction and mental illness were not hidden forever. In fact, she became one of the most candid, hilarious, and honest voices on the subject.
Yes, she did.
So she was doing, like I said, cocaine, acid, heroin, everything.
She's cool.
She said she never liked the feeling of being high. She just hated the feeling of being herself without it.
Man, I understand that.
A lot of people can understand that.
I mean, obviously for me, I know people have done a lot more of sobriety than I have because I'm still smoking my sweet herb. But just in this, as I'm working with my life and alcohol, it is interesting because you're like, oh, I'm kind of like this sometimes.
Yeah.
And it's kind of fascinating. But you know what? I'm learning to like myself.
Yeah.
I'm learning to like myself.
You have to. You got no other choice.
No,
you only
you're
got one
stuck
life, one body.
You're stuck in here.
Yeah.
You ever get that feeling? You're just like, I'm stuck in here with me?
Ah, God.
Why can't I be somebody else?
Right?
But everyone struggles.
We all do that. She was diagnosed with bipolar in her 20s and then later described her manic episodes and depression. In her memoirs, particularly Wishful Drinking and Shockaholic, she peeled back the celebrity curtain. So she told everybody she went to the rehab in the 80s after a near-fatal overdose.
Dang.
She cleaned up, she relapsed. She cleaned up again, she relapsed. Just bouncing off the same problems.
Right, right.
She wrote about her journey in Postcards from the Edge, which became a movie starring Meryl Streep.
I like that. Postcards from the Edge. Very cool.
Carrie turned her trauma into art, sold it, and then joked about it at dinner parties.
Well, good for her. And that is the power of humor.
Yeah.
Sometimes it can do too much masking, but also you got to laugh to get through all of these difficult things because at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter. It does, but it also doesn't. So just laugh.
Exactly. She told everybody she did electroshock therapy.
Oh, no.
Which the people, they still do it, apparently, but people used to do it way more back in the day. They made one of the, I think one of the Kennedys just became completely brain dead because they did it like way too hard and way too much.
Yeah, there's a special needs Kennedy they keep under the stairs.
Yeah.
Like the people under the stairs. And that's
The
true.
Kennedy under the stairs.
Yeah, it's a bizarre, bizarre family. Inbred.
Yeah. Yes, like any royal family. So she did the electroshock. She talked about it. She said it helped.
Okay.
She said it wiped some memories, but not the important ones like where I parked or who disappointed me.
All right. Well, that's one way not to have to deal with the past. Just wipe it away.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll take it.
Yep. Carrie wasn't just surviving. She was script writing, script doctoring, and speaking. It's the School of Speech.
Yes, indeed.
She worked behind the scenes. This is crazy. I didn't realize, because I saw it in our IMDb and I thought it was an error. She was script doctoring and like punched up Hook, Sister Act, and The Wedding Singer.
Damn, that's hilarious.
The 3 like random movies.
I love that.
Just a weird
It was Hook, Wedding Singer, and which one?
Sister Act.
Sister Act. All 3 of those movies are hits. For those that don't know, Whoopi Goldberg wasn't just a chatty Cathy on that View show, which is unwatchable. She used to be the funniest actress and a great stand-up comedian, and she also had a great one-woman show. But whatever.
Yeah.
There's a whole generation that are never going to know her for that.
Nope. Comic relief, nothing.
No, it's like the opposite of George Foreman. I just know him as a guy who sold grills, and then other people were like, "Oh, he was the scariest motherfucker that's ever lived." And I'm like,
Yeah, exactly.
But he makes hamburgers less fatty and greasy.
And then he names all of his kids George.
And Georgette.
Yeah. And he was the Midas guy.
He's the best.
He sold brake pads for 2 decades.
Why not?
In 1983, Return of the Jedi gave us the now infamous gold bikini. That was a little weird.
That was a little strange. It's a good thing she wasn't allergic to gold.
Yeah.
Would have rashed up all the wrong places.
Right? Something Carrie would later criticize as both objectifying and absurd. So
Oh, she wasn't happy with that.
she had her problems with it, yeah. But, I mean, it sold the movie.
It was very true. And,
Yeah.
I understand Hollywood, but I'm going to say selfishly, I'm very happy that she did it.
Yeah, for sure.
But that's just I understand her point of view as well.
Yeah. But she played along, and then she made fun of it later in life.
Yeah.
So she had many lives, a cult icon, a recovering addict, and a loving but chaotic mother to her daughter, Billie Lord, and an outspoken mental health advocate.
Absolutely.
In 2015, she returned to the screen as, Leia Organa, as the General Leia, not Princess anymore.
Okay.
She got an upgrade.
Well, wait until Meghan Markle hears that that's a possibility. I'm a duchess. Now I'm a general. Apparently, Meghan Markle, she sold a bath salt recipe, and then
Like the drugs?
No, like to sit in the tub and get all comfortable
like
and shit.
Epsom salt?
Yeah, because you have a bad job and you're all stressed out and you want to sit in the tub a while. But then this woman, she got a whole rash all over her body, so she's gonna sue.
Oh, God.
Isn't that funny?
Megan, what are you doing?
Who knows?
So they say that this promotion mirrored her real-life evolution from ingenue to seasoned leader.
I love that.
It was a homecoming that brought tears to many eyes, especially for those who had grown up with her in the roles. And one of the weirdest things is that she died in the movie, and then all of a sudden, did you see it?
Which one?
Force Awakens. She dies in the movie. She's out in space, and then all of a sudden wills herself back to life and flies back into the spaceship she was just exploded out of.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
Can't die.
I
love that. It's like when you get kicked out of the bar, but you sneak in through the back door.
Yeah, exactly.
Go to a different bartender who doesn't know you've been 86 for the night.
Don't tell
What are
me.
you doing in here?
Yeah.
I'm fine. Come here.
I'm here to give you my card again. She came back to life, and unfortunately, she couldn't do that in real life.
Yeah.
On December 23rd, 2016, Carrie Fisher suffered a heart attack on a flight from London to Los Angeles.
Dude, fantastic time to check out.
Yeah.
Honestly, 2016, that's a great year to just be like, peace, human beings. I'm off to visit the Star-Lord.
On a cozy 11-hour flight.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
I'm sure she was sitting first class. You get treated well.
Yeah, that's true.
Get a snack.
She was returning from a book tour promoting The Princess Diarist.
Okay.
So 4 days later, on December 27th, she passed away at the age of 60.
Dang, she was really young.
Well, that's the thing about cocaine. When you're doing it very heavily for a very long amount of time,
But hadn't she stopped for a while? Oh, she was kind of dabbling throughout.
Yeah.
All right, no more cocaine, everybody. Kyle.
It hardens your arteries. It
does it?
restricts them. Yeah, so it makes your whole circulatory system kind of go to shit
I see.
very early.
I guess you don't want that.
No, you don't. In a moment so surreal, it could have been scripted, her mother, Debbie Reynolds, died the next day.
Dang.
She reportedly told people, "I want to be with Carrie."
Oh,
That's so sad.
it is sad. Well, hopefully they're together right now, looking down
Yeah, so
on this very podcast, and saying, "You guys, you're blowing it."
Yeah,
You know
talk about us
nothing.
more. We 2 out of 3 of the people we've covered so far have died of broken hearts. They had a joint memorial that was both heartbreaking and strangely fitting.
When I die, have a joint memorial as well. Each and every one of you roll up a J. Joe.
Oh, yeah.
Smoke it up. My buddy used to say, when I die, scrape my lungs out and roll it up and smoke it. My buddy Jared used to say that, but he's still alive, so
Yeah, we got time for that.
can't do it. Now I think it's mostly nicotine in there, probably.
Carrie's ashes were partially buried and partially placed in a giant Prozac-shaped urn
I love it.
chosen by her daughter.
That's hilarious.
It was classic Carrie, brutally honest, deeply personal, and darkly funny.
And cozy.
Yeah.
I feel like you can kind of turn around. It's more circular.
Yeah.
That's kind of nice.
So in the Star Wars universe, Leia was royalty, but in the real world, Carrie Fisher was a warrior for truth, recovery, and for love.
Absolutely. And not to mention unbelievably funny.
Yeah.
She was so freaking hilarious.
Well, I don't know anybody that's had a problem with drugs that isn't funny.
Right.
It's like
I
that
know,
just comes with the territory.
It's the curse of the comedian, the actor, the artist, really.
Yeah, exactly.
And well, everyone's an artist in their own right. You know, the construction worker.
Yeah, you know.
Person who works on cars. A lot of people do drugs.
So R.I.P. Carrie Fisher.
Absolutely.
In another story we have here, the man behind the mask, David Charles Prowse. He was born on July 1st, 1935 in where? Bristol, England.
The whole damn cast is English. This is why it's so anti-American.
Except for Mark Hamill.
Wow. And also the English. Your empire is the worst.
Yeah.
Just talk to the Indians.
Seriously. Raised by a single mother, he grew up tall, strong, and determined. Early on, he was drawn to physical fitness and bodybuilding. He was fucking
Big
yoked.
old strong guy. That's what everyone wanted me to do, too. I was like, I really like Chris Farley and John Candy. Yeah, they're fat and they died young. Yeah, I kind of like that.
Yeah.
So do bodybuilders. They die young, too.
Yeah, because steroids also.
Right.
They don't discriminate what muscles they're making bigger. Your heart gets huge and you can't pump itself anymore.
See?
Yep.
Boom.
No steroids, everybody. By the time he was in his 20s, David was a dominant force in British weightlifting. He won the British Heavyweight Weightlifting Championship multiple times and represented England in the 1958 Commonwealth Games.
How'd he do?
He represented.
You know, we lost to the Irish, the Scottish, big old brutes.
He wasn't just strong, he was imposing. He was 6'6", and he turned heads wherever he went. Is that what you are, 6'6" or
I'm
6'7"?
6'7".
6'7"?
Yep.
Nice.
Yep, for better or for worse.
Yeah. His dedication to physical excellence eventually landed him in the orbit of the film industry.
I feel like people were more respectful of tall people. They don't just make shit up about them. Because, you know, the tall people are just because they're small, and so they put all this stuff on us. I'm just trying to walk.
I just want to walk to
just
school.
want to be a normal person, damn it.
I just want to walk my books to school.
Please.
If you needed a bodybuilder, a monster, or a superhuman on screen, David got the call.
Sounds like you would have been a kick-ass Jason Voorhees or Michael Myers.
Yeah. It's crazy because I didn't realize, I mean, yeah, he was born, what did I say, 35. That's so crazy. Because I saw him in A Clockwork Orange. I saw that for the first time recently. And he just looks so young, but it's also 1971.
Well, he wasn't that old. It's 26.
Yeah, I guess. That's so crazy.
That's just numbers.
Numbers are weird to me.
Okay. Fantastic.
David began picking up roles in the late 1960s. He appeared in films like Casino Royale, the 1967 one, Clockwork Orange, 1971, where he played the bodyguard Julian, and Frankenstein and the Monster from Hell in 1974.
Oh, I've never seen that. Gotta check that out.
He played Frankenstein.
Sweet. Frankenstein's monster. You fucking nerd.
right, yeah.
Frankenstein's monster, you nerd.
You idiot.
God, I can't believe you didn't know that.
So dumb.
There's a very few things that I get snooty about, and I love that. I got my 5% nerd comes out with horror.
Actually,
yeah.
he often joked about being...
Actually, Jason Voorhees is a deadite. There is some speculation he's a deadite.
Is that true?
Well, there's speculation because maybe his mother got him back from the dead using the Necronomicon. There are a couple of different coincidences there, but that's a whole nother story.
Wow, what a fucking nerd.
Yeah. I'm cool. It's called being cool, Kyle.
His most beloved role in the UK was not monstrous at all. In the 1970s, he became the Green Cross Code Man, a superhero-like figure who taught children how to safely cross the street.
No. That
Green
ain't right.
Cross Code Man.
That I would rather have, what is it, Cinnamon Toast Man?
Yeah.
From Ren and Stimpy.
His ass cheeks flapping in the air.
No way. That's not super.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't say super. It's just Green Cross Code Man.
He's supposed to be a superhero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Superhero-like.
I guess so. All right, fine. Good for him.
We follow the rules.
Oh, that's not what superheroes do. They break the rules.
That's true.
Technically, they're all domestic terrorists.
Yeah.
9/11 is nothing compared to what they do in every Marvel movie.
And you have to get to an emergency. You want the superhero who's like waiting for the cross light?
No, it's like when you watch people play GTA and they obey all the rules. By the way, GTA 6, that new frickin' drop, the trailer was amazing, but I want the game.
Yeah. Looks pretty good.
It does.
But it's not coming out ever.
I'm gonna kill you.
His appearances in public safety commercials made him a national hero in Britain.
Oh my God, the Brits! Just come on.
It earned him an MBE, which is a member of the Order of the British Empire, in 2000.
Congrats. I would rather be on the Death Star. I'd rather be with Darth Vader.
When it blows up.
Exactly. Favorite bumper sticker of all time. It was just two dudes talking. The stormtroopers being like, I had some of my best friends on that Death Star.
Even with that fame, something much bigger was about to enter his life. Something galactic. George Lucas, he was casting his ambitious space fantasy, Star Wars. You don't know that we've been covering that the whole time.
We know that.
Yeah, he needed someone physically intimidating to play the central villain, Darth Vader.
So was his voice all like, hey, everyone,
What's going on, everybody?
Because that does happen. If you just heard Mike Tyson's voice and you have no idea who he is physically or what he can do, you'd be like, I can kick his ass.
I'm coming to kill you.
And then he shows up, and your ass is the one being pummeled.
Lucas actually offered him two choices to play Darth Vader or the furry sidekick Chewbacca.
Okay.
But Prowse famously said, everyone remembers the villain.
They do.
So Vader it was.
I love that.
He brought a terrifying physicality to the role. Every stride, every turn, every gesture under the black helmet, those were his.
Yep.
But Lucas ultimately decided in post-production to dub over his dialogue, replacing his West Country UK accent with the deep, resonant voice of James Earl Jones.
Yeah, of course. Of course. If anyone thought that Darth Vader was going to be British,
Yeah.
Luke, you're my father. I don't even know what British people sound like.
I'm your pappy.
Yeah, no. It's not happening. James Earl Jones, greatest character work of all time. How much did he get paid for that, by the way? Because that's the VO of a lifetime right there.
The first one, I believe it was very, very little. He's not even credited in this. In the
He's not?
credits. Nope, uncredited.
Wow.
Yeah. That's why David didn't even know that his dialogue was cut out until he went to the premiere.
Oh my, you never know. That's why you cannot be cocky if you're an actor. You got to wait until you see that damn thing.
Yup. The decision caused a rift between him and Lucasfilm that never recovered.
But it was the right choice.
Absolutely the right choice.
So
you have to.
It is what it is. Sometimes we got to eat crow.
Yeah, so Prowse played Vader in all three original Star Wars films, New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi. But in return, when Vader's mask is finally removed, he gets ousted again because it's the fat guy.
What am I good for?
Yeah.
I do love that he's like, I don't want to be Chewbacca. No one's going to see his face.
Yeah. This was actor Sebastian Shaw. He was the body, but not the voice.
So there's three people that played Darth Vader to bring this evil villain to life. It took a voice, a body, and I guess the movement of a man.
Imagine that. You see the script, you're like, oh, great. Finally, you're going to take my mask off and you're going to see me for who I really am. They're finally going to.
You bring your date?
Yeah, exactly. Wait
no, I
for
swear
this.
to God, that's me. Is that you?
There's just some fat slob that's dying, looks gray.
Right. Like, yeah, you're actually not in this movie, are you? No, I swear to God, that was me. I can call George Lucas right now. I do this. Calls him and just gets to beep single. Beep's like, oh, God dang.
Oh, shit. That'd be so embarrassing.
It really would be.
Over the years, he, was not just, he wasn't like Alec Guinness. He actually became a fixture at conventions and fan events.
I mean, what do you probably go into those events Friday through Sunday, you're probably pulling in $100K.
Yeah, I mean, because
signing autographs, just being there. No, actually, I think you have to rent your own booth oftentimes, but you can make good money.
Yeah, but you charge for a picture and an autograph.
Exactly, $25 or something like that. You get
people show up.
People in line.
Yeah, a whole bunch of money. They know that they're going to take at least 5-10 pictures with people, and you got to be up there on the list.
Exactly.
So fans adored him not just for Vader, but also like Peter Mayhew, his kindness, his stories, and he had signature green lightsaber pens.
Oh, that's cool.
All the time. So
nice.
It's a little quirk.
I do like that.
Behind the scenes, like I said, the relationship with Lucasfilm grew even more strained. He was reportedly banned from official Star Wars events and premieres in 2010, allegedly for leaking plot details and creating tension on purpose to fuck the movies over.
Like the Phantom Menace?
Like the actual, like a villain?
I do kind of like that. Yeah, I'm Luke.
Yeah.
Just so you know, Anakin can't act.
He always publicly denied wrongdoing.
I mean,
like, that wasn't me.
It's probably all pretty petty at this point.
And that's what they said is the biggest irony of his even life story and trying to screw over the movies. He played one of the most iconic villains of all time, but was invisible.
Yeah. But now he must have gotten residuals, right? For all that.
Oh, of course.
He died rich, right?
Yes.
With this movie. I hope everyone made money because Lucas sold it for $4.5 billion, didn't he?
Yep.
So hopefully everyone got their nut.
And people were like, oh my God, that's, multiple billions. That's insane.
No,
And
he would have made more if he kept it.
they were saying, it could have gone for 20, 30 billion.
It's crazy. It's going to be around forever.
I mean, what are you going to do? You got $4 billion.
Oh, I think he's fine.
Don't cry.
Yeah.
Beloved by fans, alienated by the studio, he was a symbol of strength who spent his later years battling illness.
He also inspired fantastic humor in the movie Mallrats.
Yes.
I love that film. We just rewatched it. It's so unbelievably
I haven't
funny.
seen it in a while, but yeah, that's
Great Jedi mind trick, dude. He gets that VHS tape put in his hand.
hell yeah. He still never expressed bitterness to the fans. He always
Good.
spoke warmly about Star Wars and continued to sign autographs with the note, David Prowse is Darth Vader.
Let the fans have it. They don't need to know how the sausage is made. There's a lot of emotions and things like that go in entertainment that's for the entertainers to know.
Exactly.
Life is hard.
So David passed away on November 28th, 2020 after a short illness. He was 85.
So we are talking some fairly long lives, except for Miss Fisher.
Yeah.
She was the one who gone way, way too soon.
Yeah. She was the one that was partying the hardest.
Yeah, which is so ironic. I love that.
Yeah. Better to burn out than fade away.
I guess so. Kurgan said that.
Kurgan?
Kurgan said that.
The wrestler?
No, not the wrestler. The dude from that movie.
I thought it was Neil Young.
Yeah, I think they both say it.
Everyone says it.
Yeah.
A kind man. Mark Hamill called him a kind man and much more than Darth Vader. And then George Lucas said he made Vader leap off the page and onto the big screen.
He really did.
And then he, made leaks
What?
on Reddit later.
Oh, yeah, whatever. Darth Vader on Reddit, that's exactly where he would go. Finally, a platform for me.
Yeah, exactly. He was laid to rest in London in a private ceremony. His family remembered him not as a villain, but as a loving husband, father, and real-life hero.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah. So R.I.P. David. Mm-hmm. And lastly, we will talk about the other man who played Darth Vader, James Earl Jones.
Yeah, this is the voice. This is who I thought it was.
Verizon.
Is he, what, he's the voice of Verizon?
Yeah, he was in the 90s.
Good for him.
He
Get that money.
He did everything.
Get that money. Anyone who wants to cast any VOs, let me know. I'll do anything.
Yeah.
I'll even do like the anti-ASPCA. I'll be like, kill dogs.
Kill the
okay.
dogs.
And I'll take 10% of that money and I'll send it to the ASPCA.
Yeah, I'll turn their heads around for you.
I'll kill you, dog.
James Earl Jones was born on January 17th, 1931 in Arkabutla, Mississippi.
Arkabutla?
Arkabutla. Come on down to Arkabutla.
Sounds like a horny ant, just not allowed at the family festivals anymore.
Arkabutla's fucking here humping legs again.
Mm-hmm.
This was during the era of Jim Crow. So not great. He was raised by his grandparents.
And that's the history books, according to Kyle Ploof.
It wasn't good.
Jim Crow, not great.
Moving on.
Moving on, not great.
He was raised by his grandparents in Michigan. He faced significant challenges early in life. He actually had a severe stutter that led him to remain nearly mute for years. So it's kind of like yours.
It's ironic.
Situation.
There's a lot of people that have stutters that are very intelligent because technically the brain is working in a capacity that is above.
Yes.
And then it doesn't translate well to the mouth.
And a lot of times stutters are anxiety.
There's a lot of famous people that had to overcome stutters.
Yeah. It's not impossible to overcome.
It's not.
It was through poetry and literature that he found his voice, a journey that would eventually lead him to the University of Michigan, Wolverines, where Tom Brady went,
Oh my God, I knew you were going to bring that trash up.
where he initially pursued medicine before discovering his passion for acting. I mean, that is a big jump. You're guaranteed to make some money in medicine.
I mean, he would have been a great doctor. He's got the great voice.
You have cancer.
I'd be like, dang, yeah, I do.
I feel better about it now.
Tell me again, Doc.
It's terminal.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
Your voice is cool.
After serving in the U.S. Army during the Korean War, Jones pursued acting, studying at the American Theater Wing. His deep, resonant voice and commanding presence quickly set him apart.
Yeah, it's just brilliant. Brilliant voice.
That's a voice you hear like in the hallway. You're like, who the hell is that?
Exactly. You turn around, you pay attention to that voice.
He made his Broadway debut in Sunrise at Campobello in 1957 and gained acclaim for his performances in Shakespearean productions, including Othello and King Lear.
Wow, those are the famous ones.
Jones' portrayal of boxer Jack Jefferson in The Great White Hope earned him a Tony Award in 1969 and an Academy Award nomination when he reprised the role in the 1970 film adaptation.
Dang, so he was close to getting an EGOT.
Yeah, for real.
Okay.
James Earl Jones' filmography is vast and varied. He brought gravitas to roles in Doctor Strangelove, The Man, Claudine, Field of Dreams, The Hunt for Red October. He was the voice of Mufasa, for Christ's sake.
Yes, he was, for crying out loud.
It was his voice work that cemented his place in pop culture.
Absolutely.
So as the voice of Darth Vader, he delivered one of the most iconic performances of the decade, despite never appearing on screen.
That is such a dream gig.
That's so awesome.
Yes.
It's just
So
like, what?
sit here in the studio.
Yeah, we get this done in like 3 days. I'm out of here.
Perfect.
His portrayal of Mufasa in Disney's The Lion King further showcased his ability to convey depth and emotion through voice alone.
Absolutely.
His voice just made it so much more sad.
It was.
When he died. It was
devastating.
just like this guy who just sounds like an immovable mountain of a man, a lion.
Right.
Nothing could happen to this guy. He's the king.
He is the king.
And then Scar is a fucking
Got all sad. Well, Scar's
shit.
he's got some issues, Scar.
major issues.
I mean, I understand why he probably gets railed by more chicks, though. Scar's kind of cool, you know?
Yeah.
Kind of a bad dude.
Yeah, a good facial scar helps out a little bit.
Kind of hot. Yeah, it's all about the proper scar.
Yeah. Throughout his career, Jones achieved. So he did achieve the EGOT that you were
He
talking
did?
about. Yeah.
Wow.
I was going to say, I don't know if he won a Grammy, but a Grammy could happen through Disney songs and stuff like that.
Yeah, I guess so. Does voiceover, is that a Grammy category? I'm not sure, but.
Well, you're actually singing in Disney songs, so
Yeah.
you're making the music.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah. So yeah, he won the Emmy. He won the Grammy. He got an honorary Oscar. Okay, so there's
No, that counts. That counts. I'm sick of this bullshit. If you get an honorary Oscar, it counts. Because they know that they fucked up.
That's true.
Come on. That's why they had to give one to Sandra Bullock for The Blind Side, maybe the worst movie in cinematic history.
Yeah. And he got the Tony Award to finish out the EGOT. The only reason I don't like the honorary stuff is because, when celebrities go and they do your commencement speeches at their school, they always get an honorary degree. Yeah. It's like, you know how much I just fucking paid for this shit? And now you just show up,
you're a
famous,
moron.
and now you get one.
You're an
for
idiot.
Free.
They get to talk to you.
Yeah.
They didn't go to college. You're a moron.
Oh, I suck again.
Yeah. I think my English degree is going to pay for itself.
Womp, womp, womp. He was honored with the National Medal of Arts in 1992 and the Kennedy Center honor in 2002.
Nice. Well, very well deserved.
Yeah. On September 9th, 2024, James Earl Jones passed away at his home in Paulding, New York at the age of 93. Another long life.
Nice.
Yeah. His death was confirmed by his agent, Barry McPherson, though no cause was cited.
At 93 is the cause.
Like, yeah, he's dead.
He's dead.
Yeah. So tributes, again, for him poured out around the world. Vice President Kamala Harris, she praised Jones for using his voice to challenge America's thinking on civil rights and race.
No, thank you.
Actor Denzel Washington.
I'm not even going to. No, I'm just. Well, she put people in prison. Okay, well, we all know.
Actor Denzel Washington referred to him as his hero, expressing admiration for Jones's influence on his own career.
Nice. I love that.
The Empire State Building, I missed this. Empire State Building was lit up to resemble Darth Vader in his honor, and his alma mater, the University of Michigan, released a tribute video narrated by Jones himself.
I do. USA all the way.
Hell
Let's
yeah.
go. So literally, we embraced it.
Yeah.
We are like, yeah, Darth was our leader.
Yeah, on one of our most iconic buildings.
And now, of course, Dick Cheney is the real-life Darth Vader. He's got a fake heart and shit. He's half machine. It's all coming together.
James Earl Jones, his legacy remains as one about perseverance, talent, and profound impact on social issues. He overcame personal challenges to become one of the most respected and beloved figures in the arts.
Absolutely.
His voice, once hindered by a stutter, became a symbol of strength and authority.
That's a good reminder.
Yes.
You can get through it.
Yep. He's survived by his son, Flynn Earl Jones, who continues his father's legacy in the arts. So that will lead us to
Final
Thoughts.
The Star Wars universe, one of the greatest of all times, a great analogy of what happens when corrupt powers take over the world and the citizens have to stand up for their rights and blow up the enemy.
That's right. And yeah, it lets you know that you're never too big to ruin your own franchise's films.
There you go. Congratulations, George Lucas.
Yeah, so RIP to everyone we spoke about today. Everyone is an absolute legend.
Yes, and it was kind of nice. Everyone, there was no major like murder or anything else.
Yeah, this one's kind of a fun one, a little relief to, the child murder and everything we've been talking about lately.
Yeah, Carrie Fisher, definitely the saddest, died way, way too young, but everyone else seemed to have a fairly long life. And even Carrie Fisher, she was famous till the end.
Yeah.
I would almost argue she was at a precipice. She was the top of the mountain when she died.
Right. And like you said, I wouldn't mind dying in first class. There's worse places to die.
Yeah, and then someone's gonna sit by you or kind of by you, and then you start shitting yourself and stuff. It's kind of funny.
Yeah,
I want to die in the bathroom.
No, that'd be awful.
No, and on a plane?
You'd rather be dead in the bathroom?
Yeah, it's
Last
cozy.
thing, taking a shit in a plane?
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, I'd be sipping a drink in first class. That's better.
Yeah, spill it. You're going to spill the damn thing.
Yeah, that's true. I'll be wearing it. Like, that's embarrassing.
That is.
All right. And that will bring us to...
You've got mail.
Let's go.
Here we go. We've got some great Spotify comments from people.
Yes, thank you so much for the kind words.
Yes.
It's very encouraging to read them.
Yes. Let's see here. On the Adam Walsh tragedy, How Our Father's Pain Changed America.
Oh, Lordy.
That was a very sad one, but it got
sad.
A lot of people talking. Even Boom said, Kyle's baby is so big, I'm convinced Ben's the mom.
Thank you. I did birth. Don't tell Kaylina that, the baby mama.
Yeah.
Because I birthed him.
Fricka said, this intro was everything, so thank you. And Goblin Bomber said, this was a tough one. Good shit, boys.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And lastly, Vintage Chic by Bab said, it's amazing and tragic what these parents went through and came out the other side as heroes.
Yeah,
which is
they
true.
saved a lot of lives. They really did.
It wasn't until actually doing that episode that you really have to give it up for them. And they need to go down in the history books as, changing everything to keep our kids safe.
I have no idea how I would react. I'd be real pissed.
Yeah.
I'd be really pissed. And I don't know, especially because they weren't in entertainment before. The fact that they were like, well, let's pivot and save as many kids as we can is really amazing.
Yeah, exactly. So thank you, everybody.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for listening. We'll be back next week. Don't forget to support OK Bud. Also, if you want to check out our Patreon, patreon.com/diebud. And all right, everyone. Hail yourself.
And until next week.
Don't go dying on us now.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
You have just heard
A true Hollywood murder mystery.
I have never seen anything like this before.
The movies, Broadway, music, television, all of it.
A place that manufactures
Nightmares.
Okay, everybody, that's a wrap.
Good night. Please drive home carefully and come back again soon.